Hey, what's going on? It's G-Ball Vision, and today we are taking a look at survival and EDC gadgets. All but one of these I've bought and paid for myself. They've all been tested, and they're all items that I can fully recommend. We're going to kick it off with a two-person tent that I bought a couple of years ago. And not only would this be a great item for camping and that sort of thing, but I think something like this is imperative to have in all times of the year because it's something that you can put inside of your house. Say the power goes out in the winter, you have an area that you can warm up. Same with in the summertime. When it gets too hot, you can have an area that you can try to cool down. Now, it does have open flaps on both sides. I've had this for several years and we've used it several times. It has held up very well. Comes in a nice little carry case. You can close the entire thing down. You can open it all up. $24, and they do have other colors. I have the blue one here, and they have some that are a little less money, and then they have a couple that are a little bit more expensive. But if you are someone and you don't have a tent at all, I think this would be a great starter tent to get you going. That way, you have at least a little something that you can rely on and use outdoors as you feel the need to do so. Now, this pair of multi-tools or this set of multi-tools, this is one of the best, without a doubt, multi-tool, plier-based multi-tools you can get, in my opinion. Right now, they're 44 bucks, usually around 55 bucks. And this is the Rock Tool Gen R. These come with a VG10 drop point blade. It's hard these days to find a folding knife that comes in VG10 for $44. Let me know if you can find one. But to get a full multi-tool set plus your main blade being VG10, that is a phenomenal, phenomenal deal. Stuff like that is what's going to start to separate Rock Tool from some of these other companies that are up and coming. If they start putting real good steels in their multi-tools, make the tools they put inside the multi-tool functional and useful, which I think 90% of these tools are all very useful. It comes with a 1/4 inch bit drive, extra bits. It does come with a saw, the regular drop point blade. It comes with a set of scissors, comes with that belt pouch. It also has a pocket clip on there, which I think is a huge deal for me personally. It also comes with a serrated wood saw, comes with another serrated blade and gut hook. You have a diamond file and all, a micro bit driver, a full slotted, a can opener, bottle opener. I mean, if you are looking for a plier based multi tool, a full size multi tool, this one is going to be extremely hard to beat at $44. No, it's not a Leatherman, but it's something that will definitely get the job done and seems to be a very sturdy construction. I recommend everyone and anyone, no matter who you are, have the ability to filter some water. And for that, one of my main recommendations, I have several of these different styles, is going to be the Sawyer mini water filter. Right now, they're 24 bucks, a couple of dollars off from what they normally are. And there's just nothing that can replace being able to filter water. If you get in a situation, whether you're at home or you're away from home, I always have, like in all the vehicles, we have a couple of different water filters. At home, we have a bunch of different water filters. And it's just in case the water supply coming into the house, you can't use it, or it's been tainted, or if you have to get water away from your house, you're going to want to be able to filter that water. And one of the most dependable water filtration systems on the market is going to be Sawyer. Now, if you don't want to quite drop the 24 bucks, right now, the Life Straw is coming in at 17 bucks. And like I said, it doesn't have to be, I would go with the name brand company when it comes to water filter. Don't just get anything. get a Life Straw or get a Sawyer, and you're going to be good to go. You're going to be able to filter a ton of water with both of these items. I think the Life Straw, you can filter a little bit more, 1,000 gallons with the Life Straw. As far as the Sawyer goes, these are going to, or no, it's the Sawyer is going to filter way more water than the Life Straw. 100,000 gallons, it says, for the Sawyer. And I have probably 5 or 6 different Life Straws. Gotten some off of Amazon, gotten some at Target, but have yourself a good, reliable way to at least filter some water. I would recommend having something even larger, but those portable type of filtrations are going to be a game changer for you. Next up, a little bit different item, but something I rely on every single day. It's going to be this driveway alarm system. Now, you don't have to just use this in your driveway. I have these set up all over the property, and when something crosses them, you can turn the sensitivity up or down. But when something goes across the allies, you can send a signal back to your home base right here. And you have the ability to, if you have one out in your front yard, make it say front yard. It has a bunch of different tunes and whatnot that you can do. But they also have specific ones that say driveway, front yard, backyard, garage, so on and so forth. And that's what I have done. When one gets passed, it'll say front yard, and I'll know, it's front yard, backyard, so on and so forth. So having something like this that runs off AA batteries is going to be imperative for home security, in my opinion. Not only have I bought in a set, but my dad has also bought in a set and uses. I use this in conjunction with a couple of solar lights and a couple of cameras, and all working together, they do a phenomenal job. And if the power were to go out, you can plug this little unit into one of your battery backups that you should have. Now, the next item we're going to go to is the Wubin X2 Pro. This is a newer flashlight. I've tested 2 of these now and put it through quite a bit, the one. And these are coming in at 46 bucks, lowest price in 30 days. And you're going to get a 1500 lumen top out of the main light here. This also has an aux light. You can get this with an RGB mode. You can get this with a UV mode. So a couple of different options. You can get black or white. This has the ability to use that wheel, and you can lower the lumens, make the lumens go up with that wheel. It also has a push button, so you can just cycle through the normal modes. It has a lockout switch. It also has a nice pocket clip. And the game changer with this flashlight is going to be, not only does it come with rechargeable batteries, but you can use regular AA alkaline batteries in this thing. That is a game changer. Not only that, but it can run off one battery. That is a huge deal, in my opinion. You have a ton of options and utility with this flashlight. Like the 1500 lumens, that's real nice. I like that. Even if this was 1,000 lumens, I would be completely fine. It's IP68, water and dust tested, magnet on the bottom. I mean, this is like an all encompassing crossover flashlight. You could use this for EDC. You could use this in a vehicle or at home for around the property. It's got the ability to do a little bit of everything. It is one of my favorite flashlights that has ever come out because of the ability that it has. Now, we'll go to an EDC fixed blade. The Kaiser Mini Harpoon right now is at 50 bucks, and not just any harpoon. This is the 3V version. 9% claimed, $50. This comes in 3V, beautiful harpoon blade. We have burlap micarta handles, full tank construction, a taco kydex sheath, tons, several lashing points for what you would need for an EDC, whether it's scout straps, alti clip. It does come with a small tech lock, and just Go look up this knife. It is a phenomenal fixed blade. And at $50, it is going to be extremely hard to beat. Now, this is going to be, I have one of these. I bought the single. You can buy just a single. I have a couple of these electric arc lighters, if you will. And I have the X arc there. And the reason I like these, hear me out, it's not something I would rely on or rely on daily or anything like that. But having something like this in your pack, in your vehicle, is a game changer because of the simple fact that these charge by USB C. So, any battery bank, anything like that, your car charger, most phones are USB C, and tablets, so on, you're going to have USB-C capability, and you can charge these on the go. That way, no matter what, you can hopefully have yourself a little bit of flame. But I consider these to be kind of a backup to my primary, which would be like a Bic. This would be kind of secondary to that. Move to a ferro rod or what have you afterwards. But these are a great backup item that you can charge up anytime. And speaking of charging up, right now, there's a limited time deal for 18 bucks, the Anker 10,000s. I've bought in many of these. I have probably 6 or 7 of these in different styles, but I have at least 4 of this one here, and I love it. You have a USB A port, you have 2 USB-C ports, you have a battery indicator on the top there. Anker is, they're proven, but I have several of them dating all the way back to like 2021, 2022, and they are still working daily. We use battery banks like there's no tomorrow, and Anker is one of the best. I don't think they're the best, but I do think they are a close second to Nitecore, and they are going to be substantially more affordable than Nitecore. The Anker 10,000 is a tried and true battery bank. I would recommend having several battery banks, not just one, not just two, but I would have a couple of them at the very bare minimum. And you should have more than that in regards to power for your home. But as far as going away from home, I never leave without at least one 10,000 milliamp hour battery bank. And a lot of times that's going to be an Anker or a Nitecore. Going to another flashlight here. I bought this a couple of years ago. Ashley uses this all the time on our bike rides. She likes the way the UI is. She just likes the flashlight. She gets the E18 out from Bernite all the time. There's an 18% off coupon code. So that's going to take this down around like what, 50 bucks or so, somewhere in that ballpark. We're looking at 1200 lumens. Bernite has been a very solid company when it comes to their flashlights. We have tested a bunch. Full aluminum body, magnetized base. You have a battery indicator there on the side switch. Two-way pocket clip made out of steel. Very easy user interface, and it is going to be USB-C rechargeable. Right now, 18% off the E18 from Bernite. Now, this is a company that I just recently got involved with here in May, is Byberry. I got to check out one of their multi-tools, which it's this one right here. And right now they have a 10% off code along with a $10 off code. So that's going to take this down below 39 bucks. And this thing comes loaded. It is actually the current multi-tool that I have in use for testing because I have like 30 multi-tools, but this is the one that I'm currently using right now. Do I think this is better than the Rock Tool Gen R? Probably not. This is going to be a little bit more affordable by a couple of dollars. Well, time will tell. Time will tell. They are using like a 3CR stainless steel, so not bad. It's real stainless steel on the regular blade. 1/4 inch bit drive, pliers, all that sort of thing, scissors. You have a serrated blade diamond file that has a T-shank. So that way you can throw in the saw and whatnot that comes with this. It also comes with a bunch of different bits. It also comes with extra hardware, extra nippers, all that sort of thing. The only thing I'm not a huge fan of, or the only thing that is kind of disappointing, is there's no option for a pocket clip. So this is specifically going to be for a belt or some sort of kit. And that's why I designated this as my kit multi-tool, because it comes with a couple of blades. It comes with a bunch of extra stuff, bits and whatnot. And it's a nice size tool and a nice set of tools that would be great for secondary uses and stuff like that. Great to have a multi-tool within arm's reach at all times. I've always said and always maintained, have yourself a couple of headlamps. Have a couple in the vehicles, have a couple at your house for each person. Have a headlamp for each person in your household, in your house, and have a couple at least in the vehicle. And if you don't want to spend a bunch of coin on a headlamp, I understand. I've done the same thing. Now I have a bunch of headlamps, but the ones that I relied on heavily were the Energizer AA headlamps. Nothing fancy, but they freaking work. I have 4 of these and 2 of them in the vehicles, and I have 2 more here. Probably should just move the other 2 out to the other vehicle. But or one might be in my truck actually, just as a backup. But these runoff double A's, tried and true, comfortable band. They're going to work. They're on sale right now for $10, down from 17. And yes, they usually are up at that 17. So to pick up 2 solid headlamps at $10 from Energizer, that's a good deal, guys. Really good deal. Highly recommend having some headlamps. That way you have hands-free, the ability to be hands-free and use the light. In a power outage or an emergency, it is imperative. Next up, we have a little sale on the Concept Main Street, their new crossbar locking knife. $66 with 12% off. So going to take it down below $60, and that's a phenomenal deal for this utility-based EDC. We're looking at 3.36 inches of 154 cm on that straight sheep's foot blade. Dual thumb studs for deployment. The crossbar lock is solid. It comes in G-Mascus and several other variations as well. And it does have a right hand milled clip only. So no left hand carry on this, but that is a great deal on a folding knife. Now, another fixed blade, more of a survival bushcraft fixed blade than an EDC blade. The Off Grid Knives Backcountry V2. Awesome fixed blade. I wanted to put this on there because it is a solid knife. I've showed you the Sidekick before. This is the older, bigger brother to the Sidekick EDC fixed blade. Very similar, almost identical. It's just the Sidekick is smaller. Off Grid Knives does some of the best D2 in the entire industry, and I highly recommend it. I have a bunch of testing videos on Off Grid's D2, and it is phenomenal. This thing is an absolute beast. It comes with a Taco Kydex sheath and a drop loop belt loop holder for this, but you can change that out for whatever you want. And $80, you're going to get one hell of a fixed blade, and you're going to be getting a knife from a company who supports the knife community, who supports our 2A rights. They help out law enforcement, government entities. They're a U.S. company. A lot of their stuff is made in Taiwan, and then some of it is made by Best Tech. But they are a phenomenal company, great people, and they make solid products. I can fully recommend Off Grid Knives and the Backcountry here. Now, moving on to this sling bag. I use this thing every single day for about about 2 years, I would say. And it survived everything. I took this thing to work with me, beat the hell out of it. I got the gray one there. They're coming in at 28 bucks. They're typically like 31 bucks. So a couple of dollars off, but wasn't really the sale I was going after. It was more along the lines of a dependable sling bag. And this comes ready for a concealed carry if that's what you want to, if you want to roll with that. I've been able to put like a Glock 19 down in there. Any 380 is going to fit down in here. A smaller 9mm and under is going to fit in this thing. They actually updated it. Mine doesn't have this Molly panel here, but you have 3 compartments up front. It's a great bag, guys, for organization. Then you have a large compartment here. You have a compartment here. That's where I used to put my keys. I'd have a battery bank up here. I'd have some like batteries and whatnot in here. Just you're able to organize this in such a great fashion. Car keys up here. And then also in the back of the bag, if we can get a look, there's the organization in the inside of the large compartment. It's awesome. For 28 bucks, if you're looking for that gray man sling bag, this thing is going to do the job. It's going to hold up very well. That's what I was looking for. It has this hidden zipper back here that's closest to the body. And that's where I would put like a 380. And I believe my Glock 19 fit in there as well. But perfect place for a concealed carry, or you can go with just the full size open area for your carry as well. That'll easily fit a Glock 19. But this is one that I've bought, tested it. It's proven to be a phenomenal sling bag. The strap is really nice as well. It's comfortable. And this is something that'll blend into pretty much any environment that you could find yourself in. It looks really low key. And it's something that I really can recommend and depend on. That's going to wrap this one up, guys, for the EDC and Survival Gadgets rolling on Amazon right now. I recommend having at least one of all those items that I show you. Hopefully, you already do have a lot of those items, but that can give you an idea of what you want to try to start acquiring. Do you need a sling bag? No, probably not a sling bag, but I would recommend having a sling bag or backpack whenever you leave your house, full of useful items. That's why I like the sling bags. That's why I like the backpacks, or at the very minimum, like a nice size pouch, depending on where you're going. And that's how I justify what I'm taking with me. If we're just going a couple blocks, and it's going to be for an hour, I just take a little pouch, and then if it's a little further, a little longer, I take something bigger, and then so on. So it's just good to be prepared for as much as you possibly can be. You guys will have to let me know, what was your favorite gadget from today's video. Let me know if you enjoy these types of videos as well, because I have a bunch more planned just like this, looking all over the place. Hopefully you enjoyed. Let me know. Share this video with friends and family. Hit the thumbs up button. If you are new yourself and you enjoy knife and EDC content, you're in the right place. Make sure you subscribe. I'm going to pop a couple of new videos up on your screen. Go check one of them out. Have yourself an awesome day. Thank you all again for watching. I'll catch you